This podcast should not be listened to whilst driving or operating heavy machinery. This is Living Lightly with Jenny Light. Yogic philosophy, guided meditations, and pranayamas. Please subscribe for all future podcasts. Welcome to today's session. Enjoy.
Hello, today's session is on mastering the art of self-kindness. Freedom is often thought to be the ability to do as we please at any time. But the path of mindfulness continually brings us back into the present moment. This is a path of discipline, and the goal is freedom from a reactive, automatic state of being, which is to live only at the whim of the ego. This is not a state of being free, but one is bound to the dictates of the ego and its monkey mind. Therefore, freedom and discipline don't at first appearances seem synonymous, but let us look more closely. A mindful practice is only aware of the present moment. Any thoughts of past experiences or future happenings don't exist in the present moment. So for mindfulness, only the present exists. Isn't that freeing? How freeing it is to be loosed from the ties of the monkey mind, jumping ahead to potential futures and worrying about how they may turn out. Or jumping back to replay over and over again all the things that happened in the past that didn't turn out the way that you would have liked them to. The fact that these are largely a waste of time and attention doesn't seem to play into the monkey mind. The monkey mind doesn't occur because it's so future or past focused that it doesn't occur to the monkey mind to realise that this is all just the ramblings of its own state of restlessness. In fact, the monkey mind is so hell-bent on disturbing your inner calm, it constantly looks for methods to stimulate your interest. So all future and past-orientated thoughts do that. They take you out of the calm, even-mindedness of the present moment. That is until you decide that enough is enough and you're going to take control. And this is where self-kindness is imperative on the spiritual path. There's no use trying to be all sweetness and light to others, but treating your own progress on the spiritual path with contempt and annoyance. Anger at home, within yourself, is the sure way to kill one's spiritual practice. Instead, try to catch any random stray thought and reel it back in as if it were an errant fish. Rein in that thoughtless state. Practice being contained within the Lord's dream of creation. Awake, as it were, in suspended animation. And the more awake you become, the greater the vision that you have to see beyond the constraints of Maya. This shared cosmic delusion, the delusion that there is difference, that there is any difference between you and anything else, because it's all just one. But at the moment, because of the delusions of Maya, you think that your separateness makes you different from everyone else, that you're not in touch with that underlying oneness. That oneness that is always there. So how then do we master the arts of self-kindness? Because it's all too easy to be caught up on a mental loop of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts about how you look, or negative thoughts about how you act, or even about your own character. It's very, very easy to beat ourselves up. But let's look at how we can operate through kindness. So let's just change that mental dialogue if we come into a state of negativity within ourselves. Let's just change that and make it to one of kindness to self. Perhaps you can make a list of the habitual negative thoughts you have about yourself and then categorise them into 2 lists. The first is negative thoughts about your external appearance, and the other is negative beliefs about your character. And mentally rehearse, that is practice, a new, kinder dialogue. And as soon as the mind throws up a negative image, you are prepared to instantly replace it with a positive one. Be prepared to immediately replace it with a positive affirmation, such as, I am perfect just as I am. I am perfect just as I am. Or use humour to diffuse the negative. Mentally laughing and seeing the humour unfailingly helps to take you out of the negative spiral of thinking. So be ready, be prepared to replace it with a positive affirmation as soon as a negative self-image comes in. I am perfect just as I am. Because within your perception of self, that is little ego self, there is perfection. There's perfection in your soul essence. You are created perfect. So I am perfect just as I am, and use humour to diffuse the negative. There's nothing quite like that to snap you out of this cloying negativity that might creep over the seat of the mind. But let's address that negative self-perception a little bit further. We could take one step back in time. Perhaps it's about your character, or perhaps it's about your appearance, or how you might appear to others. Very self-concerned about how you may appear to others. But have a reflection. When at some point or other that negative play of mind got appointed, can you think back to that moment when that negative state of mind jumped into being? Did someone say it to you? Or did you think of yourself like that? Because at some point or other, you chose to wear a garment of deficit, that you weren't good enough in some way. So in the meditation today, we are shedding that garment of deficit, no longer to wear a garment of shame or blame. Because remember, to be human is to err. To be human is to err. Things happen. Accept that it's a fact of life that things don't always turn out the way that you planned it. That's normal. What's not normal is beating yourself up ever more with a mental cudgel for that error. Just accept that it happened, let it go, and move on with your life. Don't allow that mistake to become the centre of your world, for that would be a waste of your precious time on earth. So today, let today be the day that you finally drop that flawed model of yourself. See it shattering into smithereens and mould yourself into a new model of who you are, strong, resilient, adaptive to the changing circumstances of life, but most of all, as being kind to yourself. So the meditation that we're working with today is about shedding that old garment, the one that led you to believe that you were not good enough in some way, because you are. You are perfect just as you are. So allowing, first of all, your coming into meditation position by sitting upright. We need the spine to be upright so that we can come into an alertness. Meditation is not coming into a relaxed sleepiness. It's coming into alertness. It's coming into awakeness, awake to who you really are. And the aim today is to waken up to kindness, your essential nature of kindness. So allowing the spine to be upright, be aware of the 2 sit bones, And arising from that central column between the two sit bones, we have the beautiful, flexible, effervescent spine as a column of light. And in yogic terms, the head is also an extension of the spine that is filled with effervescent light. So just being aware that the spine is upright, perhaps taking your weight onto one sit bone and then the other, and coming back into the equilibrium in the centre, perhaps tipping forward slightly, back slightly, and coming back into that quiet in the centre. There is a feeling of calmness when you've reached the centre of the spine. And then be aware that the body is breathing either side of the spine. There is a gentle inhale and a gentle exhale. Watching as the body breathes in either side of the spine, and as it breathes out, then that air is releasing through the nostrils. Breathing in the coolness of the air and breathing out a warmth. The inhale is cool and the exhale is warm. Just focusing on the temperature of the inhale and the temperature of the exhale. Cool inhale and a warm, lengthening exhale. So the exhale becomes longer. And in your visualization, imagine that you were standing in a sunny meadow with the warm summer sun overhead and a completely clear blue sky. Around you in the meadow are many grasses and meadow flowers. Here and there dotted a myriad of summer colours. And as you watch across the sky, you can see that one cloud appears. This isn't the usual white clouds, but one soft pink cloud. And as you watch, that soft pink cloud moves through the sky until it's above your head. And that pink cloud softly starts to descend until it's just above your head, and you can feel the soft, gentle vibration emanating from this cloud. Pale pink cloud, colour of unconditional love. And as that cloud starts to descend, coming over your head, it clears out any unkindly thoughts. And as that beautiful pink cloud descends over the torso, it brings a kindliness into the heart. And loosens the fastenings of your garment of not being good enough. Imagine that the cloak were being loosened, and as the pink fluffy cloud descends down over the base of the body and down the legs, it takes with it that garment of pain, so that you are cleaner, clearer. The pink fluffy cloud descends beneath your feet, and you can step off this cloud and it disappears back up into the sky, taking with it your garment, your old cloak of not being good enough, so that you can stand clean and clear in this sunny meadow, being aware that you are always working towards your optimum best at any time, with perhaps the limited awareness that you had at any time in the past, but that your future is bright because now you are awake, now you are aware. Being aware of a kindliness, and that you have uncovered a new shining self as a covering of kindliness. Kindliness in all that you can do, say and think, so that now you can forge ahead throughout the rest of your day, being kind to yourself and being kind to others. Gone are all the old negative patterns to be replaced with positive, kindly thought patterns. And finishing with a positive affirmation. I am perfect, just as I am. I realize that I am perfect, just as I am. I am perfect, just as I am. I will act with kindliness. I will think kindly thoughts. I will speak kindly words. For I am perfect just as I am. And letting the breath come smoothly into the body. Allow your picture of the meadow and its sunny flowers to recede. But know that you can come back here at any time that you need to revisit being kindly to yourself. Being aware of the upright spine. Being aware of the body breathing either side of that golden shaft of light, that effervescent light in the spine and the head, that the body breathes. Breathing in kindliness and breathing out, scattering seeds of kindliness to all that you come into contact with. We can never know what impact our words may have on others. And here I'm focusing more on our kindly, positive words. For they might just plant a seed within the consciousness of those that we meet that may spark their metamorphosis into that understanding of their own perfection. Breathing in a little bit more deeply and breathing out. Being aware of moving the body, fingers and toes, breathing more deeply, coming back into your everyday consciousness and opening the eyes. Let today be one of kindliness. Kindliness to yourself, and then spreading that kindness out into all relationships in your life, with blessings of peace and love. I'm Jenny Light. Om Shanti Peace.
With warmest delight, this podcast was brought to you by Jenny Light. Find out more about Jenny's courses, retreats, workshops and publications at living-lightly.co.uk. Blessings on your spiritual path.